Welcome to Long Island Tea with your hosts, Kristen Jarnigan and Sharon Wyman from Discover Long Island, the region's official destination marketing and leadership organization. Tune in weekly to catch these Long Islanders spill the tea, dishing on the best from the destination, seasonal adventures, insider tips, mishaps, and more. Long Island Tea is brought to you by Long Island Wine Country, home to one of the top 10 wine regions in the United States. Just minutes from New York City, Long Island's wine region boasts over 30 vineyards growing award-winning varietals. For a complete list of vineyards, tasting rooms, and events across the region, head to liwines.com.
All right, Sharon, we're back with our second episode. We made it through our
episode 2.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And cheers. Thank you. And let's toast together because, as you know, we are here and we're here to drink wine, really. And I'll tell you about our sponsor in a minute. But first of all, we've been honing it since we heard our first episode. And we thought we would start every new episode with a signature Long Island phrase, which I'm obsessed with. And it's called, "How you doing?"
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I know. I can't actually do it correctly because, like I said,
I'm trying to. I'm trying.
It's literally in your blood.
I know. I know.
I started to say, "How you doing?" And I'll never forget, I had the luxury of meeting Sal Valentinetti, Sal the Voice. Mm-hmm. If anyone's ever watched The Voice, and you have to love Sal, who is from Long Island. Also, I'm super excited about his Christmas album.
I know, me too. And he's totally calling you out, saying,
yeah. I said, "How you doing, Sal?" He's like, What is
what
this?"
What are you trying to say?
No. He's like, I can't remember how he told me to say it, but he was like, "How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?"
Okay, so truly, Sharon, like, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
I'm doing good. Episode 2.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm doing good, too. I had a very nice weekend. It was randomly relaxing. Surprisingly relaxing when you have a house full of teenagers like I do. Mm-hmm. It's rare to find that relaxing weekend, but it felt long because, again, the weather's getting colder.
Mm-hmm. Sweater weather.
Yes, sweater weather. So I feel like I don't feel as compelled to, strap up the kayaks and go to the beach and figure out what to do all weekend. Like, you can kind of just chill in your backyard.
Mm-hmm. Relax.
Yeah, binge watch some TV.
Drink some wine.
Like, break out the crock pot.
Oh, my favorite.
Have you done that yet?
Oh, of course I have.
Oh,
the chili.
Oh, yeah, you
I
made your
chicken
chili.
soup. I made some good stuff in that crock.
This is the best time because you can just start to kind of relax in the fall. So I love that. How you doing? But you know what else is doing around here? And this is the lovely wine that we were sent by Long Island Wine Country as our amazing sponsors of this podcast. And today we are having 2 separate wines that are, again, I know it's fall, and today we're talking all about fall, but we're still drinking Sauvignon Blanc.
And it's delicious.
Today we have 2 beautiful Sauvignon Blancs from Long Island Wine Country. The first one we're sipping on right now is from Lenz, and that's Lenz. And it's really one of the staple wineries on the North Fork. They were one of the first ones. I think it's like 1978. And if you think that wine country was started in, the only reason I know is because it's my birth year, 1973.
1973.
It's a good year. But Lenz was 1978. And so they are really, when you've been doing it that long, clearly you're doing something right. You know how to hone your skill. And this one it's just so refreshing. And I know it's fall, but, fall is crisp.
It's still crisp in the air.
Yeah.
You need the aromas of the lively flavors of pear and melon.
Oh.
And the gooseberry.
Oh, you sound so sophisticated.
Well,
I'm like, yum.
This is delicious.
And you're like,
Blanc.
Let's talk about the aromatics. And I'm like, okay. No, it's really, it's an easy to drink wine and it's lovely. And then we also have the Raphael Sauvignon Blanc, but beautiful. You know what I love about Raphael is, have you ever been there?
Yeah, my friend actually got married there. What a stunning wedding.
I mean, it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
I mean, that's the thing about Long Island vineyards is that it's not just the wine. It's really the scenery. Mm-hmm. When you go there, if you have the privilege, like, we do.
Right.
I hit the wineries pretty often. It's like a 40-minute drive for you. Like,
right.
You go there too.
Same thing. It's 40. I think you're like directly north of me, but I go there every year. My sister's birthday's in the fall, so we like to rent a limo and go out to the winery.
That's the way to do it.
Day,
Yeah.
you know?
That's the way to do it. Like, take the LIRR, rent a car, like, just, and then you don't have to worry.
Right. The Raphael, I was just going to say that the view, you know, on their back deck is just the sunset when you get there, you know.
It's so pretty.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And it, you know, it's good. I think right now, well, I don't know about the fall, like maybe, you know what, the best time to go is like in the off season, I think, because all the Instagram influencers are gone.
Right. Exactly.
You know, every single person that has that hat.
Yes.
Have you seen the,
the
like the
sundress,
round hat?
Or not even sundress, maxi dress with the floral.
With the thigh high boots.
Yeah.
I'm like, I see you, Instagram
You.
influencer.
But thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Because you know what?
Focusing on Long Island.
Because they're out here talking about Long Island. I mean, if you want to be seen, see and be seen, this is the place to be.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's fine. I prefer to go when they're not there because I feel better about myself.
Go out during the off season. You can sit by a fireplace and do your tasting.
It totally, and they're all the different, you know, and we'll talk about all the different wineries are like, some are family friendly, some are dog friendly, some have food trucks, some have brick oven pizzas. Yeah. And plus, or we're just going to enjoy drinking them from the comfort of our home or our office. So, so thank you again to Long Island Wine Country for sponsoring the Long Island Tea podcast. And so today, Sharon, we are talking about fall.
Fall. It's a fall.
I didn't say it right.
And you said fall.
Tell me. Yeah, I said fall.
So we talked about it a little bit last week. Sweater weather is on Long Island. It's flip your porch season.
Yes.
You flipped your porch recently.
Well, it's been a slow progress. I have been slowly flipping my porch.
slowly add to it.
Yeah, it's taken me 5 years.
Right.
And I'm still not there. I just added the hay bale this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It makes all the difference.
Corn stalks?
No,
Okay,
I haven't.
Not yet. Okay.
I haven't. I
You'll
feel
get
shame.
there. You'll get
I feel
there.
like, where's the ding? Ding, shame. And my
Like, no
porch
dings?
is not fall ready yet. No, it's terrible. So, but you know, it's funny because we went to the outlets this week, and I'll talk about that later, but we're coming back and there's a pickup truck driving with its hazards lights on. And I'm like, what is wrong with this truck? I drive by a full like harvest of corn stalks in the bed of this pickup truck. And I'm always like, what are people
Where are you
doing
going with that?
with all this corn? How can you possibly eat that much corn? And then, of course, it's about the porch.
Yes.
Do you have corn stalks on your porch?
Yes. Yes.
You're like, obviously. And so fall is all about flipping your porch and all of those things. But as you're flipping your porch, you know, you go to the farm stands. You're going not just necessarily to the North Fork. There are farms all over Long Island.
Right.
There's some like in every single little hidden neighborhood.
Yeah.
And there's like the new Blaze pumpkin walkthrough, the pumpkin carving. It's cool.
Did you do it?
I've seen it on Instagram.
Okay. That's awesome.
So, but people don't realize, when you think of Long Island and you don't live here, a lot of people think it's like Queens. And
Right.
let me tell you,
Queens, we've actually heard that before.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Well, Queens is technically on Long Island.
Right,
So we
right.
love Queens.
Right.
We claim Queens, even though they may not claim us. We claim them.
And Brooklyn.
But Long Island and Brooklyn, by the way, which is on Long Island. So if you think Brooklyn's cool, then you also, Long Island's cool. Long Island is actually home to over 100 local farm stands. And there's 30,000 acres of farmland, which is interesting because 20,000 of those are permanently preserved.
So where do you get your corn stalks and hay bales? What's your local farm stand?
Oh, okay. It's called. I always forget the name of it, but it's in I call it Setauket. I live in East Setauket, and it's called Pantaleones.
Oh,
it's so adorable.
It
I mean, I
does
can't even
sound
make
so
it. I
cute.
can't make it up. It's so cute. But you drive by, and it's just like this beautiful nursery that just calls to you. You have to stop and spend.
Do they have the little cutout pumpkin carved wood signs that are like on the telephone poles?
Oh,
You
no.
pick.
Yeah, maybe.
They're cute.
Yeah. And they sell firewood,
Yeah.
but they sell, all the pumpkins, all the flowers. There's like a little pumpkin. You can go pick your, I'm
Pick
doing
your
air
own.
quotes, pick your own in the back. I think they're already picked, but
Right.
it's
You're
so
lucky
cute.
if you get a pumpkin right now.
Yeah, right. What about you? Where do you get yours?
Oh, there's a local farm stand in Brightwaters. And it's adorable to bring my littles with me because they have like these wooden playgrounds that are, like a boat. There's a fire truck, but it's all made out of wood. But then you go and you you ride the hayride, or you can ride the ponies.
Oh my gosh. There's so many places to do that around Long Island. I was at the Suffolk County Farms in Yaphank, and they have a hayride that goes through a sunflower field.
It's amazing. It's amazing. There's also Hank's out in East Hampton, I think it is.
That's like a legit theme park.
Legit, the corn maze? Legit. Like
These
2
farms
hours.
are like Disneyland.
They are.
Yeah.
And they actually map out their corn maze every year to a different picture.
And there's, depending on which one you get, there's petting zoos. And can we just talk about the apple cider donuts?
Yes.
Amazing. I remember the first time I got them, the lady was fully yelling at me because she puts them in a bag, and then she's like, don't close the bag, they'll get soggy. And I'm like, okay. And you're like carrying the bag to the car, and she's yelling at me as I'm walking. She's like, stop closing the
Don't
bag.
close the bag. She's
don't
just trying to
close
save
the bag.
you.
I'm like, I'm trying to I have to walk to the car.
Right.
I'm literally carrying. I'm going to eat them in 2 seconds.
Right. And get in the car.
I mean, you can't smell them and not eat them.
Right,
so
exactly.
The farm and the fall experience on Long Island, in my opinion, I think it's second to none. It really is.
Yeah. You drive out to Briarmere Farms and you get their apple pie
Yeah.
and spend the day, because you can have some time where you're going to be waiting online.
Yeah.
But it is worth it. It is a Thanksgiving staple for me and my family. We got the apple pie and the blueberry pie. It's just,
Yeah. Listen, it's a thing. They're a well-oiled machine
Absolutely.
at Briarmere's Farms.
They really are.
And it's second. I mean, it's just gorgeous. They have. I'm not a big fruit pie person, but the meringue. I do the meringue there, but Thomas says he swears that their strawberry rhubarb
oh my
pie
God, it is amazing.
is just like his grandmother's.
Yes. Dan says the same thing, and Dan's actually an out-of-stater. He's not even a Long Islander.
So if you're from Long Island, or if you've never been to Briarmere Pies, and they're not paying us to say this, unfortunately,
but it's worth it.
But the thing is that you have to try it, and also just put the time in. Don't think you're going to be like me. I remember when I first moved here, even my local bakery, I had to go to Rolling Pin Bakery. I went there and I was like, I'm going to put an order in for Thanksgiving pies, and they were like, nope, we don't take orders. And I'm like, I don't understand. Why don't you take pre-orders?
Right.
They don't. You just show up, you get the pies that you get.
Yeah, it's like first come, first serve.
It's wonderful, though. It's worth it. I love it. So fall on Long Island is incredible, and we have a special guest with us today, because if you really want, if you don't have the bandwidth to go out to the North Fork, or if you moved away from Long Island, you can actually taste Long Island fall, or any of the seasons, through this. I'm completely obsessed with this local subscription box for Long Island products called locaLI Bred.
Joining us today are founders Hallie Geller and Teresa Pinelli from locaLI Bred. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about how you started your business here on Long Island?
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having us today. We're ready with our tea and our local wine.
Yes,
also.
virtual cheers. And you guys have the same wine we have, I think, right? Raphael,
Maybe the wine
Sauvignon
in the
Blanc.
cups, maybe not.
I love it.
So anyway, Teresa and I we didn't know each other before we moved to Long Island. We both have been living in Brooklyn, and we moved here with our husbands, who are both from Long Island. And we actually met in a mom's group with our young kids.
Were 6 months old.
Right.
And I vividly remember meeting Hallie and not getting her name straight the first time. So for the first 6 months, I mispronounced her name. And she was so nice that she didn't call me out on it. And actually, one of our other friends was like, it's not Haley, it's Hallie.
Don't you hate that?
Like, now I have to love her forever because she was so kind.
I did that to one of our
Here
employees.
we'd be friends forever.
Yeah, I did that to one of our employees here, Nicole McElroy. Just I just learned her actual name is. I've been calling her Nicole McElroy she's my employee for 3 solid years. And then someone's like, it's McElroy. I'm like, you've never told me that. I feel so bad.
That means she's a keeper, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you know she's a good person. So go ahead.
So anyway, we had been talking about, we were both in the corporate world, but we had been talking about coming from Brooklyn. Everything was so hip in Brooklyn. Everything's made in Brooklyn. They're making pickles on the roof. Everything is being done there.
Hallie, Brooklyn is technically on Long Island. You know this, right?
We know technically. But if we're talking about Nassau and Suffolk counties, I feel like they don't get enough credit for all the amazing things that are actually happening here. We have wineries, we have farms, we have so many amazing things. And we sort of started discovering the island. We're both not from here, so it was all new to us. And we said, you know what? We have to figure out a way to showcase all these amazing things happening.
Right.
So the idea just sort of naturally came to life, and we just plunged right into it.
Yeah.
And it's so fun now because we meet people who can make like literally anything on Long Island. Like if you think of it, it's happening already on Long Island, and it's happening in an awesome way. So we're so excited that every day we get to taste delicious things made on Long Island and see really cool new things happening. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's an awesome like introduction for us and our kids to know Long Island so well now at this point. Right. It's
You
like
ladies-
we're the natives and our
It's true.
husbands are the ones.
It's true. And we immediately, of course, fell in love with both of you when we met a couple years ago, with your story and your passion for Long Island, because it's right. It's so underrated, and people really have people that have lived here their whole lives. I always say that, I'm a transplant too.
Yes.
Is it Hallie or Teresa? Which one of you is from Arizona? I can't remember.
Oh, that's Teresa.
Teresa. Okay. I was
Fellow
like,
transplant.
another Arizona transplant, although you,
Right.
I know, which is so rare.
Yeah.
I'm also a native Arizonan, which is like a Yeti.
right.
basically.
It's true. No one is originally from Arizona, including me.
No.
But you're right. It's so rare. Everyone's like, people go the opposite direction. I'm like, no,
Yes,
and you
right,
and I
totally.
had that conversation when I very first met you about seasons and how
Yes.
awesome it is to have seasons.
It's
Yeah.
so special. Like the first time I see leaves change, I still get excited. Like I'm always looking for like the special red leaf. Like my kids are like, "What are you doing? It's just a leaf." I'm like, "But it's red."
Seriously.
The leaf turns color. We're so lucky.
I know. I literally take pictures of the leaves on the ground in my yard. It's so weird. And then I'm the only
Right.
person I know here on Long Island that I get so excited about winter. I actually look forward to winter. So,
Same. And I feel like this is the first time in like 24 years now of living in New York and several years of living on Long Island that I have the right jacket for winter.
Mhm.
So I'm ready. Like bring it on.
yes, I know. Same. I remember when I first moved here, all I had was this jacket. I'm actually wearing it today because it's 50 degrees. But it was like leather, like this really thin, cute leather jacket.
Yes.
And people were
yeah.
like, that's not going to work. I'm like, I don't know. What do you mean? This is my coat.
Yeah.
But we fell in love with you because, again, like Sharon and I, you're moms, you are transplants, but you really see Long Island from that outsider's perspective. And we were so let me just give a little bit of background to our listeners and viewers as to what locaLI bred is, because it is, and I think you're so smart as business savvy women too, to jump on this subscription box trend. And it was a couple years ago, right at the onset of the trend, before the pandemic and COVID, when everybody's like desperate for subscription boxes now. You were on the forefront of this trend. And so locaLI bred is a curated gift and subscription box service that shares the best from Long Island, local artisans and makers. And the cool part is each box supports at least 10 local businesses from across Long Island. And I love your boxes, and I love to see them on Instagram, even the ones that I don't actually purchase. I live vicariously through everyone that gets them, and then I have full envy of everything that they're looking at. But they're a great combination of, food. There's always a good snack in there, or some kind of cute, like in this one where I'm looking at an adorable mug that I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to have to buy this box because I need this mug.
We're both already purchasing
the home mug. I love
this
that
one,
mug.
it's the Long Island home mug. I actually have the hoodie, so I have to now have the mug. The candle.
Oh, perfect. You have to have the matching mug.
You have to. And it's just a great combination because it's something something to eat, a cute gift, something for the bath, whether it's a body scrub or a soap, something for the home that smells good. It could be a jam, it could be a candle, depending on your local artisans that you're featuring. But it's really eclectic, and it's very authentic. And I love that you're supporting the local businesses.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. We try to do kind of a mix of things that stay in people's homes and make them think of the people that either gave them the box or the people that are making the product and that they love and they want to go back to and order from again.
Right.
And then we try to give people edibles because who doesn't love something to eat right away or to share with people coming over? And it's fun to have those like conversation starters in your home too. Like, oh, cool. Where's that fudge from? Or like, where's that mug from? I want one,
Yep.
Right.
So in total,
thank you.
how many
Thank you.
boxes have you guys sold since start of your business?
So it's been, I don't have the exact number, it's thousands of boxes, because we have our regular individual gift boxes, and then we have our seasonal subscription box too. So they go to thousands of homes across Long Island, and then a lot of, expats, Long Island expats. They've moved to Florida, North Carolina, different places around the country, right? And they want a taste of home.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's also for the people who live here. I think they're looking for a way to discover new local businesses. We love it. Everyone's very into supporting local. And they want to find these new local products, or else they would have to go to, farmers markets or drive across the island. And so we make it sort of easy and accessible. And we love to hear when people, they fall in love with a product, and then they go back to that company and they buy their other things. So it's a great way to discover local businesses.
It's so true. And, go ahead, Teresa.
Oh, no, I was going to say the Gilded olive candle that we're featuring in the box that you just held up. Our graphic designer for our business is so obsessed with those candles. She was literally emailing us last night. She's like, where do I go and sniff every single kind of candle that she has?
It's
I
so
must
true.
sniff them.
So we're going to talk about this candle for a second, because I was totally sniffing it. It was weird. It was weird.
That's what it's there for.
But to describe it, I told Sharon, I said, it smells like Christmas. It smells like a Christmas tree. And this is another reason why I'm going to have to buy this box, is because it just smells, there's certain things. It's one of the senses. Smell is one of the strongest senses. And when you smell something, it can really trigger like some kind of childhood memory or some kind of experience. And when you smell, like Sharon,
smell this and it brings you home.
It literally smells like a Christmas tree. And
exactly. It's supposed to take you through like a birch forest.
Yeah.
It has that smell.
And it's cool. It's like this really beautiful,
Cozy slippers.
Exactly. And it's got this really beautiful, this looks like a Gatsby-esque kind of design on the label. It's really beautiful. This candle alone would make for a great gift. But, I have bought many of your boxes for gifts. In fact, so for people like me, honestly, it's perfect, because I don't have a creative bone in my body when it comes to like artsy craft stuff and gift giving. So I love it because it makes me like a hero. I've sent it to my mother-in-law a couple times now, my future mother-in-law, my soon-to-be mother-in-law. And
that's awesome. That's great.
She lives in Chicago, but she can't travel here because she's older. So we're always like, here's a taste of Long Island for you. And she'll bring it up to me 6 months later, like, oh, I bought more of those facial wipes that you gave me. Or something. And I'm like,
makes us so happy to hear. I love that.
And I have no idea what she's talking about. I'm like, what facial wipes?
Yes, the facial wipes I purchased for you.
Yes. I'm like, what?
Yeah, those.
And she's like, I love them. You sent them to me. And then I have, Thomas is like, in the box. Right. And the box set. And, but you know what? Because you can buy the subscription boxes, which I love that concept, because they come on a regular basis. And it's like when you join a wine club and when your wine shows up and you're like, woo.
Right, exactly. Big surprise.
Especially in the world we're living in today, when we can all use just some feel-good, something to look forward to.
Exactly.
But if you don't want to commit,
like opening the door and boxes being there.
Right.
Exactly. Right. But if you're like me and you have a fear of commitment, which is fine, then you can still buy the boxes individually, and not the seasonal one, but you have a lot of boxes you can buy individually, and those are the ones that I like to send as gifts. They're really curated perfectly, and they're so special. I mean, that's really just the word I can use. And you ladies have done you've done a great service.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and you've been working your tail off during COVID.
Yes. It's definitely been a long stretch. We were thinking back to March, and everything happened so quickly. But when I know
Wait, what did she do? She's drinking?
Right, exactly. She had to drink when she heard the word March. And
cheers. Yeah, same. That's a good. Every time we say COVID.
Right, exactly. Oh, there's a good
Take a sip.
Exactly. And when we heard everything was being shut down, we ran to our office and we emptied out our inventory, and we each brought it back to our homes, and we set up basically our home basement as our office.
Yeah. And we were like split between being teachers for our very young, like preschool aged kids.
Right, in the Zoom
and
classes.
then like running away and like packing boxes and shipping them out. We became very close with our postal workers because they were like amazing. Right. We left like boxes up, like piled up outside our porch and
exactly. Get ready for that Long Island holiday tip.
Yeah.
Okay. Long Islanders love to tip on the holidays. That's the thing, right? Did you ever tip your garbage
We are
people?
so ready. We have a lot of tips to distribute this year, I think.
The best thing I would say is we're in a new office now, and our mail person is spectacular and so cheery and should have her own sitcom. And we just give her things. Like she comes and we're like, cookies. And so we're like trying to butter her up.
Smart.
Coming up from the holidays because we know it's going to get bad.
Right, prepare her. Right, exactly.
Give her this fudge.
So COVID was it was an interesting time for our business, definitely. We weren't sure what to expect. And all of a sudden, everything sort of took off. I mean, people were stuck in their homes, and they also wanted to look for a way to support local businesses. So we had a huge spike in sales. We added smaller care packages with a lot of food-based items. We brought on a lot of makers, which we were so thrilled about because a lot of them, they lost their farmers markets. They didn't have, exactly. Yeah. So we were able to support a lot of local makers during that time, which was the best part of the whole thing, I think.
Yeah,
it took off.
It was wonderful. And it was also great. We handwrite all of the gift messages that go into the boxes. And so it was really like a touching thing also to be able to translate for people what they were feeling and how they missed their family members, their loved ones, even coworkers. A lot of coworkers were sending like just thoughts to their friends and family. And so it was really, really nice and touching during that time to kind of keep you going when you were so busy and teaching and doing everything else to really feel like you were like making someone's day.
That is so true. I mean, it was such a, quarantine in New York is very difficult to explain to people across the country because we locked down so hard and like intensely and fast. And, you started getting like, I called for a doctor's appointment and I ended up hearing like the life story of the lady, who worked at the doctor's office, just like poured her heart out to me. And, and what you did was and it was really special. And we've been talking about Long Island is a real community. And and you ladies really epitomize that. I mean, even though, you're not native Long Islanders like me, but you love it for what it is. I know.
Right.
Like, so
we married into the island, right?
At least you had that. I just came blind. I didn't know anything. I was like, let's just do this. I'm going. What's that island dangling off the East Coast? I'm going there. But you ladies are also kind of like, you've become local celebrities. I read about you everywhere. I've read about, your great transition during COVID and what you did and how you changed it to more food-based. And also I recently saw you featured both in the top 50 business women of Long Island and LIBN. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, it was very exciting. And we also have to give a cheers to you because you were inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, that's amazing.
So congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, but isn't that amazing that just to be embraced by this community at the level that we have been for what you contribute, it makes me love it so much more. And
exactly. So it's amazing. And I love that we celebrate that here. We really do. Yeah. Especially we have young daughters and they get to see us not only running a business, but, receiving these accolades, which is amazing. And they're growing up thinking, what business am I going into? Which has been great.
Yeah, well, just wait. Just wait until those sweet young daughters become teenage girls, and then they're like, "You're so annoying." I'm like trying to get them to watch it with me, and they're like, "How long is this going to go on?" Like,
I loved it. They loved it.
They're like, they're so over it. It's fine. You know what? Having daughters, it just keeps you humble because your head can never get big. Because they will always put you in your place. Bless them. And you're great role models. But I want to talk just for a little bit about the boxes that we have today in here. Because we have a couple of boxes that you've sent us. And one is your cozy box.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the fall, we're talking about fall, but fall boxes are done. Those are sold out. And that's one thing people need to understand. You got to get on these.
Quickly.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because they sell out.
Right, it's true. In our subscription, we ship on set dates every season, and then people sort of see the boxes arriving at homes, but it's too late at that point. So it's hard to, we had to cut it off somewhere because a lot of these makers we work with, they're they make them by hand in small batches. And so there's a limited amount available. But it's exciting that,
they go around 3 seasons we've sold out. It's been great.
Yeah. You sell out. I mean, I follow you on Instagram, and we're going to give you a shout out and how people can follow you. But I follow you, and I see you sell out every time. I've never seen you not sell out one of these boxes. Because I'm always like, I'm one of those people like, should I do it? Should I do it, Sharon? Right. And then I'm like, they sold out. Okay. I'll get the next one. It's like, because
damn,
I know.
Sold out.
You think I can get on it? We're like, it's too late.
Yeah. And then I'm like a weird.
And this year especially, I think everyone is, people need something to look forward to. So now everyone's all about the holiday season already.
We have a gift subscription for either 4 boxes for a year or 2 boxes for a half a year, and they can send a nice little gift note. They'll be very happy.
By the way, I tell that to my family every holiday. I'm like, Mother's Day, literally everything. I'm like,
Valentine's
just
Day.
Get me a locally bred box. It literally has everything in it. It has. I love candles. What woman doesn't? I love soaps. The soap. I did get one of the boxes. The soap that had I love the story behind it. It's a woman who had cancer. And she was going through chemo. So she was going through chemotherapy, and these soaps really irritated her skin during that time. So she started making soaps that were chemotherapy sensitive for women. And now they're just like the most incredible, indulgent, amazing soaps ever.
Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah.
I love her products. And wonderful lady.
And every single artist that you represent has a story, something similar to that. So I'm a big, we're doing this because we love storytelling. And it's just, you feel something so unique and local. And this cozy box is adorable. It's got the Christmas tree candle we were talking about. These cookies, at Corey's Kitchen, these are in...
Oh my God.
They're the most delicious thing ever.
And Sharon, do yourselves a favor and eat one, because...
Try one of those cookies.
They're spectacular. We actually walk by them. We have them on our shelves in the office, and we walk by them. I'm like, I don't know if I can resist them all day. I don't know if I can do
Don't touch it. So Corey's Kitchen, so she's based out of Rockville Center, and you'll find her cookies, and she makes other baked goods too at a lot of farmers markets across Long Island, and she's just so talented. Her stuff is delicious.
Yeah, they're like melting in your mouth.
Is
so good.
So delicious. This is not helping my quarantine 15 ladies.
We keep talking about that.
It's delicious, and it's a really cool, and it's perfect name for it, cozy, because it just gives you like all those cozy, wintry, seasonal feelings. And then there's another box. There's another box that we have right here, which might be our favorite. So this is your chocolate box, which is so cute and delicious. And interestingly enough, the wine that we have chosen to feature today from Long Island Wine Country is what you use to pair the Raphael. Yeah, you send people this.
Too. So fun.
Yeah, we're so excited about this partnership. We think it's going to be really popular right leading up before Thanksgiving. We're partnering with Raphael Vineyard. We're so excited about it. And people are going to be able to buy a deluxe chocolate box and pair it with wine. And they can pick either 2 bottles of white, they can pick 2 bottles of red, or mix it up.
That's amazing.
And have it with this giant box of chocolate goodness made for chocolatiers all across Long Island.
Right. I mean, we've been talking about doing a chocolate box for so long, and so we're so excited about that.
It's amazing.
And it's beautifully packaged. We were talking last episode about packaging and the importance of packaging and how, I said earlier, like Tiffany, when you open up these boxes, there's some kind of just amazing going through the beautiful packaging that it's not just thrown in a box and sent to you. It's really makes it feel special. And this year especially, don't you think, Sharon? Like,
it's more emotional connection to it.
Well, because people are being told that they can't have their large family gatherings that they want to have.
Right.
And so,
it's true. So it's
So it's perfect timing.
That was our thought behind like a chocolate box and pairing it with wine, because who doesn't want that for their holidays? Who doesn't want that to like share with who they're able to be with for the holidays, or to think about who they want to be with for the holidays? So
whether or not person, you can do it remotely.
Everybody needs to be happy.
Yeah. And a lot of people are doing these Zoom gatherings too. So it's nice to be able to send something and then share it over the computer if you have to.
Basically what we're doing today, like just, Zooming. Each having the wine, and you Zoom and you share it and you get to talk about it. And you were saying this one, the New York Red, is actually a red wine chocolate.
Exactly. It's made by North Fork Chocolate Company, and they use local red wine to make these amazing chocolate bars. And it's so good. It's, it's wine and chocolate.
I know. How could it bars?
Who wouldn't like that?
I think you need to open that bad boy up.
Sharon's like, bust it open.
You guys are going to have to try that. It's so good.
Yeah, we're going to do it right here. But I think it's just a great, for those that can't be together, maybe even. So first of all, if you are going to someone's very small gathering, as we are, great gift to bring. Because you know what? No one wants your mom's random recipe of her stuffing.
Right. The green bean casserole.
Don't do it.
They want the red wine chocolate.
They have their own recipe of stuffing. Don't bring yours with the cucumbers or
Or the
whatever.
raisins.
With the
Who the
raisins.
hell does that?
No, it does cucumbers. And what am I thinking of? What's the other thing? The green celery.
That's
Thank
the
you.
No one likes celery.
Don't bring your own recipe and try and force it on people.
Bring a giant box of chocolate.
You'll be much better received. And if you can't be there, like having something like this sent, it's just, you're very timely. You're doing great things for Long Island. And we're looking forward. Can you give us any sneak peeks on your winter box?
Winter box.
You touched a
I
nerve.
did.
Oh, they bit into the chocolate.
crossed the line.
You did.
I fully just
You didn't
stole
share.
it and
You
didn't
didn't
share any
share.
with Sharon. I put it on the other side of me.
She's like, this is all mine. You can't have any.
Like, so
Yeah.
rude.
So our winter subscription box, we're going to be doing, there's going to be a lot of treats in there. We really want to this is going to be January. It's going to come out in January. So the holidays are over and people are not in a great mood.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to perk them up with a lot of treats.
Yeah. We have
How can people find you guys?
Yep.
You
What's
mentioned how can people find where to get your winter box or sign up for your
Yeah,
subscription?
tell people how they can get your wonderful products.
Go ahead. So they can find us on our website. We're based online at locaLibred.com. That's LOCALIBRED.com. Or check us out on Instagram and Facebook. You can shop there as well at locally_bread. And on Facebook, we're at locally bread box.
And it's funny because of the bread, everyone, there's a lot of people who think we're a bread company.
Totally.
We get that
Right.
All the time, like constantly. Even our photographer was at a farmer's market and the people were like, so where's the bread in the box? She was like,
No.
it's bread like you're born
bread.
there. Like it's
Yes,
made from Long Island.
BRED, bread.
Right.
BRED, right.
But sometimes there is bread, right? Do you ever do like?
That
is true.
We're gonna have crackers.
Right, crackers. We have crackers.
That's enough.
It's just amazing what you cram in because your moms, your business women, you're involved in your community. You have this business, but you also do have like a bakery portion, or you make your own stuff too, right?
We do. I am a trained pastry chef, but right now I'm on early retirement because we got too busy with everything else, and so it's kind of our afterthought that at some point we would like to do like a little bit of a bakery version of our business, a side hustle of our business, if you will.
Right.
But right now that's a little bit on pause, and we're enjoying what everybody else is baking.
We outgrew the capacity of Teresa's hands. And
Maybe soon enough you'll have your own cookies in there.
Definitely misses me baking.
Yeah. Well, and again, you are such a gift to Long Island. We're so lucky to have you. We love your boxes. Everyone, get your locally bred boxes. If not even for yourself, but literally for everyone you can't go wrong with them. I've sent them to everyone. You're like immediately an American hero when you send these boxes. And we just love you ladies. And you're such
thank you guys so much.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Cheers.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Sharon, it's that time of the show, which we like to call Do It With Me Tea Time. Okay. So, tea time, just for those of that didn't catch the first episode, is where we spill the tea, and it's like our inside scoop. And it could be related to our personal lives, what's happening here at Discover Long Island, which we haven't even really talked about today, or like what's happening on Long Island. We just want to give our inside scoop. So, what's your tea time?
My tea time is, I talked about it a little bit before, but it's fall, right? So we talk about pumpkin picking and harvesting and all those good stuff and flipping your porch. But my tea time was actually going to my local farm. It was Brightwater's farm in Bayshore. where I was able to take my daughters. I had a little girl day. I had an old friend of mine and her 2 daughters join me. And we went to the local farm and we picked some pumpkins and we, tasted the corn.
So
and
cute.
the kids rode the ponies. It was fun. We got to catch up. It was a good time.
That sounds adorable.
It was 5 minutes away,
Yeah.
So we spent the day together and it was a great time.
I mean, I follow you on social media. Did you not Instagram every moment of that?
Pretty much.
Did you? I didn't see it. Like I see every other.
She did.
Oh, she did.
Who as well. So it's funny because she did post a picture of my baby and her baby, who are both a little over 1. And my daughter's crying hysterical because her daughter's poking her eye out.
Oh, that
but she's
sounds
like,
about
it's
right.
the epitome of our relationship. Come play with me.
Yes.
But it was a good time.
That sounds really cute.
It was
And if
fun.
I did something that picturesque, I probably would have taken a million pictures of it.
Oh, of
But
course.
so-
What was your tea time?
My tea time was, you talked about flipping the porch. One of the things I did with because again, I have teenagers, we went to the outlets, the outlet malls.
Yes.
They want to shop all the
Right,
time.
right.
Teenage girls. I mean, that's really,
Shopaholics.
it's like their brains are programmed only for that one thing. They always want to be shopping.
Let's
But
be honest, we are too.
right. So, the good thing is we have amazing shopping on Long Island, of
Outlet
course.
shopping, which is different.
Well, we have 2 different outlet malls, and I went to the one in Riverhead.
Right.
And the shops there are awesome.
They are.
So, I mean, I pretended to go for my teenagers who they have all of the major brand stores. But for me, they had the home stores.
Right.
And I was able to get these, and it's just it's an inside tip, right? It's a little tea for you. Like you don't.
A little tea.
Yeah, you can go to the outlet malls and you can get the stuff for your porch. I got these lanterns at the outlet store, and they're like white slats because I have a white picket
Wraparound.
fence.
Right.
Like,
Right. You have
picturesque.
the epitome Long Island.
I really
home.
do. It's like utopian.
Yes,
It's amazing.
yes.
But I got these lanterns, and they were still, I think ridiculously expensive. My kids were like, "You're spending that much, and you won't buy me the jeans I want." I'm like, "Go make your own money."
Right.
Okay, that's what my
Getting
mom
there.
said.
You're getting there.
But the outlets, super awesome tip because they're outdoors. So if you're and they're all very safe. Like you wait outside. They only let certain amount of people
and they're
into
taking
the
your
stores
temperature, right,
at a
as you're
time.
walking in?
Not all of them, but I
Okay.
think some of them might take your temperature. But most of them, I mean, it was pretty seamless. You
Yeah,
just
it's all
wait.
outdoor.
Yeah, you're walking around. Everybody had masks on, and then they really limit the amount of people that are going into the store at the time. So in a way, it's like way better,
Right.
actually, than it
Right.
even was.
Now it's a better time to go.
Yeah, because it's like a private shopping experience.
Right.
And then I was getting lots of Christmas ideas too. So my tea is, if you have not been back to the outlet stores or the malls, even check it out. Because you know what, Sharon? Christmas is coming.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming, and it's a great way to save a tremendous amount of money if you start planning now. Here's my other tip to go to the outlet malls. Here's what I would say: is don't go with something specific in mind that you want, because you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to find it. Go shop around, and you'll find tons of treasures.
Take the time, go through in each store,
Yeah.
in and out of the stores. It's
Yeah.
all outdoor. It's all safe, and
It was great. It was a great day, and it's a great way to, especially as the weather gets a little bit colder, it's a great way to spend a cold weather day. So, so the new way we're going to end the show, we've decided, now that we've kind of got our feet wet a little bit, is we thought we would do teasers.
teasers.
I know. Teasers to let you know, what's coming up, what we're going to talk about, which we kind of talked about in the first episode. But so our next episode, the first teaser we'll share is, it's going to be about music.
Which I'm so excited about.
Yeah.
You and I both love music. So
Yeah,
we're
I
talking
know.
about, did you listen to this or whatever?
And
be
people
fun.
have. I sound like Kourtney Kardashian on the first episode, because I was going to say it literally. People have literally no idea how many Long Island musicians, or how many musicians come from Long Island, like famous. Like, for example, Debbie Gibson.
Yeah. Well, we all know Billy Joel.
Billy Joel is obviously the most iconic. And we're going to have the founder of the Long Island Hall of Fame.
I know. I'm excited.
I know.
He's going to bring some good stuff for the table.
Yeah, he's going to shed some light on
Yeah.
stuff that even you and I don't know about.
Right. Exactly.
Another teaser is like Long Island TV. Every week we have a new episode coming out. Make sure you're subscribing on YouTube. What else? If you're talking about fall, Sharon, what about the trip ideas that we have on the website?
Oh, the downtown trips.
Yeah.
Our monthly blog posts. That's fun. Follow discoverlongisland.com.
Yeah, or a newsletter. We have a bi-weekly newsletter where we also send out all of this information on discoverlongisland.com. So thank you so much, Sharon. For
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And
Thanks for tuning in.
and thanks for those that watched or tuned in. Either way.
Thanks to our locally bred guests.
Yeah.
That
And
was
then,
fun.
yeah, and Maggie's going to tell you all the ways you can connect with us on social media and give us your reviews and give us your input and feedback. So until next time.
See you then.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in to Long Island Tea, brought to you by the Long Island Wine Country. Check out our full episode guide at discoverlongisland.com/tea and share your tea with us at Spill the Tea at discoverlongisland.com, including topic suggestions, local tips, and your LI stories. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Long Island Tea Podcast.